When I first started experiencing health problems, Jake was deployed to Haiti in 2010. I started having extreme pain in my stomach, in my gut area, was diagnosed with C. diff as well as ulcerative colitis, 5 colonoscopies, and on the 6th one I was seeing a new doctor, and he's actually a surgeon, and he admitted me straight from that colonoscopy into the hospital in Knoxville.
He didn't even complete the colonoscopy.
I was admitted for extremely low blood pressure and was in the ICU 2 different times, and no one could really diagnose what was wrong with me. They were feeding me through an IV, trying to get my nutrition back up so that I would be well enough for the surgery, and removed the entire colon. Then I stayed another 7 days post-surgery in recovery. I was a health and fitness coach who could not hardly take care of herself. Just being sick itself is hard, but then being a stay-at-home mom of small children made it that much more difficult.
And I started having back trouble in Iraq in 2011. It wasn't a specific mission, a specific instance that I remember hurting it. It just continuously got worse and worse to the point to where I would literally be in tears riding in the trucks, or have to lay on the floorboard of the trucks, or couldn't walk long distances. So I came back from Iraq in 2011, the end of December. The doctors there said I had a herniated disc, a few bulging discs, and so they could go in and do a minor back surgery, and that worked for maybe 6 to 7 months. So I had the same surgery done here in Tennessee from a different doctor in August 2016. That surgery alone crippled me to the point where I couldn't pick them up to go to church in the morning. They had to climb in the car themselves and buckle up themselves, and that was when I was having to use the wheelchair. I was having to use a walker to even stand or walk. And so, that was the same time she was in and out of the ICU and PCU, and just, so that's where the real struggle really became, because when it was just her and I could take care of everything else and her, it was okay. But then when I couldn't take care of myself or the boys or her, we were both just broken together. So October for me was probably one of the more difficult months as well. And one morning when she was in the hospital and I was here with the boys, I was already waking up at 4 in the morning like I normally would to go work out, but instead of working out I was reading. I just kind of wanted to pray, and so I just started praying, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere I got emotional. Got out of the couch and hit my knees on the floor and raised my hands, and I literally felt somebody grab a hold of my hands so firmly to the point where I snatched my hands out of the air and opened my eyes. And it was like everything hit me all at once. It was God who grabbed my hands that morning and told me in that split second, everything's going to be okay. What you're doing right now in this moment is what you need to keep doing. Without doing this, nothing else is going to work. Nothing's going to change. And from that moment on, everything changed. And so that was the powerful moment that happened in October. I held hands with God.
When he called me that morning and he shared with me the experience that he had, I could hear in his voice that he was different.
There were some days where I was at church by myself because she was in the hospital, and I knew I had to continue going. I couldn't not go because she wasn't here. I had to be strong and keep going. And they were praying with me at church and praying over her while I was at church. So they were there from every step of the way.
And sometimes I wonder, if we had not become so broken, would he have that relationship with God that he has now? And so we are thankful, for the brokenness. We're thankful for the suffering, because in that suffering is where, especially he found Christ. If my health had any part in helping to bring my husband to Christ and to have that intimate relationship, I would do it over and over and over again.
And so then I had the most recent surgery this past January 2017. Had a fusion in my back, so rods and screws, and I'm completely healed. No pain at all.
So currently I am an ostomate. So I do have an ostomy bag currently, no colon, still rolling, and we do have our moments of brokenness, and I cry still. I don't want this. But I've said that if this is the cross, you know, that I'm asked to carry, I'll pick it up and I'll carry it.
You have to surround yourself with healthy relationships, but the main relationship you need before any others is a relationship with God. And when you find that one, that's what's going to get you through any struggle that you're going through, no matter what it is.